All right, guys, our guest tonight is TNA President Dixie Carter. How are you doing tonight?
I am doing great. How are you?
Can't complain. Like I said, we've got you here, so how could we complain?
Oh, you're such a sweet talker.
That's what I do. For those wrestling fans who have been living under a rock for the last week or so, and the last 4 months, if you really look over the grand scheme of things, it is now common knowledge that you will be going through a table on tomorrow's edition, August 7th, of Impact Wrestling. What should the fans expect from this week's show?
Oh gosh, I think if you've been watching lately, the shows have been, in my opinion, some of the best programming that we've put out. I'm so excited about it. I'm just thrilled to see so many of these young talent that we've just debuted in the last, 6, 8, 9 months in such a prominent role. And at the same time, we're starting to have such amazing increases in ratings. So that makes me really proud. So tomorrow night is a big night for us. I would happen to call it must-see TV. And if you hadn't tuned in a while, it would definitely be a show to catch.
Mike, you all right?
Dixie, having already done several tapings at the Manhattan Center and being in the midst of more currently, how significant do you believe permeating that New York market is in terms of increasing TNA's popularity and also improving its profile nationally?
Well, it's one of those things. We wanted to play here, and I was like, well, let's bring a pay-per-view, and then something, we couldn't get the dates cleared, and, do we play across the river in New Jersey? Do we play in the city? And it's like, what are we waiting for? We need to bring TV there. And this was such a great idea. I'm thrilled that we did it. The crowds have been, phenomenal. And, I love to bring back the six-sided ring here. And, it's been very, very special. And I think it's really contributed to how great the shows feel.
Brandon Gavin?
Dixie, you've been a fantastic performer over the past several months. And at some point, it always seems that a performer ends up wrestling a match. And given how many talented knockouts are on the TNA roster, have you considered wrestling a match in the future?
Well, I said I would never be on TV, and then I am. And I don't think I ever said I wouldn't take a bump, though. But the answer is no. No desire to do a match. I'm going to have to draw the line somewhere. But you know what? To be honest, I've really enjoyed the last few months. I have loved working with all of these young, new talent that I get to, Rockstar Spud and Ethan and Magnus before that, and some, it's just been a lot of fun. And I've, finally just said, you know what, you don't care, just let go and have fun with it. And that's exactly, what I've tried to do.
Okay, listen, the table spot is getting a lot of mainstream publicity. You were in Sports Illustrated as one of the biggest, the strongest women in sports in wrestling itself. There's some controversy surrounding your table spot with Bully Ray, where some are perceiving this as maybe endorsing violence against women or just violence against women in general. What do you say to fans and supporters of TNA who have similar concerns?
Well, look, we have taken man on female violence, I would say, even more seriously from day one than even like a chair shot. Like that has been banned from the beginning. And it took us a while to say, chair shots are not right and going to be handled either. It's very important to our network that this happens. It's why we have, done my character a certain way. It's why I have, we've treated this with like the boss talks, and, we've tried to take it more tongue in cheek. And we also have a disclaimer before, the show saying that, it's not something that we condone. So it's a spot, and it's an end to a 4-month story of something that I have continuously put myself in this position, and we've tried to make it as light as possible.
Mike Chiari?
Dixie, TNA made headlines when it was announced that Bound for Glory is going to be held in Japan this October. Why do you feel like that's a beneficial move for TNA? And what are the current pay-per-view plans in terms of either tape delay or showing it at an uncommon hour in the United States?
I don't have that exact information yet as far as the airing is concerned. I think it should be in the exact same time that it always is. That's my understanding. But I feel like we're having such tremendous global success, and we really are trying to listen to the fans. And part of what they love is the Japanese style wrestling. And so we've introduced a character, Sonata, into our show. The wonderfully talented Great Muta has honored us on our show, and so we thought it would be a great opportunity just to continue to show this international growth and take our biggest pay-per-view of the year on a global stage to Tokyo. So I'm really excited about it.
Brandon Galvin?
Dixie, you've had the opportunity to work with legendary performers in the past and still work with great wrestling minds such as Kurt Angle, Bully Ray, and Jeff Hardy. What have you learned from working with them that you've implemented into your own performance?
Well, I think, from Hulk and Sting and Ric Flair, all of those guys, I mean, those are some of you talk about the truly great performers, Kurt, and what they do is they just let go. They don't think about it. They don't worry about it. They be their character, and they do what's right for the company. And, I think when you play yourself, because I'm not playing, Sonata, or I'm not playing Tigre Uno or, the Wolves. I mean, I'm playing a president of a company. I think for so long I just felt very, business presidential about it. And so it did take me a beat just to say, you know what, you're not really playing yourself now, and this is a caricature of somebody who you're really not, and you just need to have fun with it. So that's what I've tried to do.
Okay, let's go serious again. There were rumors that surfaced immediately after the taping regarding your health following the table spot. Would you fill the fans in on home about how you were doing now and what, if any, injuries you suffered during the incident? We're all worried, Dixie.
It hurt like hell. And, I have such mad respect for these men and women and what they do every time. And I sit there as they come backstage and they're warriors. I mean, I talk to professional football players and fighters and NBA guys, and, they all tell me they could never do what these men and women do. 52 weeks a year, no off season, multiple times a week. And I got to tell you, I mean, people are like, oh, that table fake with that. No, this stuff, guys, it hurts. It hurts like hell. And they're just, to be able to do what they do, it was just a small way of me paying respect for what they do for me personally and to our company and for the fans. And, so it did hurt. You'll just have to watch and see how, what really does happen. And then maybe I'll tell you what really, how serious it was. But yes, I was injured.
But let's go with Brandon Galvin first. Final round.
Dixie, TNA has undergone many changes throughout its 12-year history, most notably with using the six-sided ring and how special events are handled. Are there any changes to the product that you would like to implement but haven't had the opportunity to do so?
Well, I think if you look at us over the last 6 to 9 months, we've made more changes to our company that I think are really starting to resonate with our fans who may have left at some point, and some people who are just now finding us. And that is really trying to listen to what our fans and viewers want to see. Bringing back the six-sided ring, that was a change. And, letting the fans decide. I mean, if it had been if they'd have won by one vote or another, it would have gone down as the fans' decision. Instead, we got a landslide and made the change. So we're trying to do, the introduction. I mean, just in the last 9 months, I counted almost 15 new talent, either brand new or completely repackaged characters that we've introduced in the last 9 months. I mean, we did not do that in the last 9 years. And, excuse me, not 9 years, maybe 5 or 6 years. Don't hold me to the date. I don't know the math, but I'm just telling you, it was years and years and years. And to see some of them, doing so well and in such amazing, great roles and just knocking it out of the park every night. I couldn't be more proud. But I think we have undergone changes, how from the ring to how the new characters on the show, how young our talent is, to the way we're trying to tell our stories right now, to the way we're going about focusing on the wrestling. I think those have been tremendous changes. So, are there more to come? Absolutely. But I'm really proud of all that we've accomplished in the last few months.
Okay, final question, Mike Chiari.
Yeah, Dixie, over the past week, there's obviously been a lot of talk about TNA's future on Spike TV. How do you believe negotiations are progressing with Spike currently, and what are TNA's other options if a new deal ultimately can't be reached with Spike?
Well, I mean, it's, look, every 2 years I go through this. This is just the first public negotiation I've ever had. I think, social media has really changed this kind of thing. So I'm used to every 2 years negotiating with Spike and negotiating with other networks. And this time is absolutely not any different. And, we're, still talking with them, but, there are other people, thank God, that are interested in our product. And look, I want to grow this brand. I want to grow it domestically. I want us to be able to start having the kind of success domestically that we're having internationally. And, I'm not going to stop, and none of us are going to stop until we get there. So, I'm real excited to see, and I think we'll know, sooner than later, what's going to happen.
Awesome. You know what? A huge thanks to Dixie Carter for coming on the show tonight. We appreciate your time, and good luck in the future. We hope you're all right at the table spot.
Thank you. So after you see it, let me know what you think, and then I'll tell you exactly what happened.
Thank you so much. We appreciate your time,
Okay,
ma'am.
guys. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Take care. Thanks for all you do.
Thank you. See you later.
Thank you.
Bye.